Okay, so the first step of creating our karambit, we're going to find a template. Just search up online, Karambit templates, and you'll find one. I got this one here. Just going to print it off. As you can see, after printing it, it was too small. So I adjusted the size to about 960%. Printed it out. And you can see here, perfect size for my hand. So now, let's find a piece of steel for our karambit. I've got a few options here. We can use a saw blade. Then I have this lawnmower blade. The karambit fits perfectly on it, so I think we'll use this. It is also the right thickness. Now you could use the saw blade. Now I'm not going to because it is quite thin. This was the first knife I ever made. It was a karambit. Made it from one of those saw blades. But the only downside, it doesn't have a bevel, doesn't look very nice, and it can be quite painful putting your finger in the hole. It can kind of like cut it in a way. But anyway, we're going to stick our template on the lawnmower blade and then we'll cut it out. Here I'm just dipping it in water. This makes it easier to attach it to the piece of steel. Instead of using glue or whatever that leaves a residue behind. Now I'm just using some blue spray paint to create an outline. This is much easier than using a Sharpie to outline it, and it's also more visible, so when you're cutting it you can see it a lot better. Okay, so after trying to drill through it with a drill bit and the drill press, I noticed that the drill press was really finding it difficult to drill through this piece of steel, and that's because it is hardened. So I thought it would be a good idea to grab out the arc welder, highest amount of amps, and hopefully that would blow a hole through it and heat it up enough to get rid of the heat treatment, but that didn't work. So over to the forge. Okay, so we're just starting the fire. Okay, so after heating it up, I was able to drill through it with a multi-step drill bit. As you can see there, I had to flip the template around and redo the paint job. Now I'm just cutting it out with a cut-off wheel and an angle grinder. we go, we've finished all the edges, finished cutting it out. Now tomorrow I'm going to work on the bevels and possibly the handle, or I might have to save that for next week. At the moment it's looking good, feels great. Flick around. That's a good start. See you guys tomorrow. Okay, so after a good amount of filing, sanding, polishing, it's come up really good, almost a mirror finish, looks great. Now I'm not sure if I'm going to put another bevel up here like you see on some Karambits. Not sure what I'm going to do with the handle either. I can make it out of wood or maybe plastic, I don't know. I might put another bevel there. Alright guys, so I've got this knife looking pretty clean, pretty much a mirror finish. This side I haven't cleaned up, I just wanted to show you what it does look like when it's cleaned up. But now we're going to put it in that fire over there, so we can heat our blade up to non-magnetic, dip it in either oil or water. I'm doing water because I don't have any oil again, and then hopefully it should be hardened, then we'll temper it in the oven. So, let's do it. Alright, so I'm going to place the blade on top of there. What you want to do is you want to cover it up with some of the coal. Now, I'm going to use a hairdryer with more oxygen so I can get hotter. So as you saw, I heated it up, put it in the water, and I made sure to bump it up and down in the water to prevent any cracking. But as you can see, the file digs in, so I didn't get it quite hot enough. So I'm going to have to go back in, heat it up again, and do the whole thing over. Okay, so this time it worked. So now we're going to clean it up. Okay, so I've cleaned up one side pretty good. Now it's going to do this side. I just used some sandpaper and Windex buffing compound and buffed it on my buffing wheel, so it looks pretty good. Not as good as this side is going to be, but it's good enough. Alright, so I've got the fire going again. I've got the blade sitting in there. It's about 180 degrees and climbing. So it's going to be about the right temperature. I want it to be about 200 or 250 degrees. You also want to make sure you keep checking on the blade to make sure it doesn't get too overheated. You want it to be about a golden straw color, just like this color here. That's a perfect color. I'm also going to keep it that color so I can do the skin I'm wanting to do. Alright guys, so the blade is looking great. Really proud of it. So now we're going to start working on the handle. I'm going to use this piece of wood. I believe it's Remu. A scavenger piece from a big board. I'm going to use it. So we'll mark out the handle, then we'll use a template to make sure it's right, then we'll cut it out with a bandsaw. Let's do it. Alright, so I cut down the center. Not too bad for just a handsaw, no jig setup. Now I'm gonna go to the belt sander, put these on, make sure they're nice and flat. Try get them the same size as each other because they're a little bit off. Then we can attach it to the handle with some epoxy and shape them. So let's go to the belt sander. Alright guys, so I've cleaned them up, as you can see here and here. Now we're going to attach them to the knife using some epoxy. But to make sure that they bind to the steel, I'm going to score some lines with the Dremel tool with a cut-off wheel. This isn't a cut-off wheel. This is a cut-off wheel. We use that, cut in some grooves so the epoxy can stick better. So you want to make sure you mix it thoroughly. So we want to do this fast because it starts to harden in about 5 minutes. Alright, so there we go guys, it's all clamped up. Now it's gonna wait till tomorrow for it to fully harden, and we can start shaping the handle, making it more comfortable. So I'll see you guys tomorrow. Later. So I've let it cure for about almost 24 hours now, so it's definitely hard. Gonna take the clamps off. Alright, looks good. So now I'm gonna shape the blade. You can use a Dremel or a rasp, or if you want it to take ages, you can use sandpaper. I'm gonna use a Dremel first, then sandpaper, and we'll see if we can get it looking really good. Let's do it. Alright guys, so I've finished it up with the Dremel tool. It's really comfortable in my hand, so I'm going to leave it like this. But now, I'm just going to use some different sanding sponges just to clean it up a bit more. Alright guys, so I've cleaned it up with some sanding blocks and sandpaper. Looks real nice, nice and smooth. Now I'm going to peel back the masking tape from the blade. I really forgot how good it looked. So if you haven't guessed already, I'm going to be doing the tiger tooth skin. So I'm just going to mask off some stripes on the blade and then just spray it with some black spray paint. Now I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the handle. I might put a stain on it, make it really dark, or I could just spray paint it black. Not sure at the moment. I'm going to do that tomorrow. Now I'm just going to clean up here with some acetone, make sure it's nice and clean for tomorrow. Alright guys, so I tried staining the wood and it just came up looking like crap really, it didn't look great. So I changed my mind and I decided to first of all fill in the holes from worms that have like started eating away at the wood. So I got rid of those with some red glazing putty. So I've left it to dry in the sun for about an hour. It's nice and hard, so I'm going to use a sanding block just to make it nice and smooth. Then we're going to paint it with some black spray paint. Alright guys, so I've sanded it down, looks nice. Now I'm just going to use some black spray paint, spray it up. Put it in the sun, let it dry, probably put a few more coats on it. Sweet as. Alright, so as you can see guys, I've masked off the stripes where I want them to be on each side. As you can see, the handle looks good. So now I'm going to take some black spray paint, spray over the stripes, and we should get our tiger tooth skin. Let's do it. Alright guys, so I've let it dry overnight, put a few coats on it, now let's take it off. Looking pretty good so far guys. Alright, there we go guys. Looks pretty sick. Looks pretty much like the knife in the game. Well, there you go. Very own Karambit Tiger Tooth. Pretty cool skin, looks great. I haven't sharpened it because I'm gonna probably buy one of those paper wheels and I'll sharpen it with that way I can get it razor sharp. Also, I just want to thank you guys for 1,000 subscribers. That's awesome. We hit it like yesterday, so I'm going to upload the video now. Been waiting to upload it for a while now. Special thanks to the Devil Angel. He's really cool. He makes weapons as well, knives, fidget spinners. He's a really smart dude. Go check him out. He also has his own Karambit video with his own skin, which I think is awesome. He's very talented. Go check him out. I'll leave a link in the description. Go subscribe to him. So yeah, hope you enjoy your Karambit. I'll see you in the next one. Later.